Hi, it's Now Masters. Today I'm going to share my opinions about Battlefield 6, including of what they should or should not add in the upcoming game. However, please remember that I haven't played other Battlefield games except BF1, and that doesn't mean I don't know what I'm saying. I just want to share one of my opinions for the next upcoming Battlefield game. Let's get into it. After BF 2042 was released and full of chaos due to its bugs and unreleased content, players instantly lost trust to see the game being poorly released. I mean, I didn't know any of this since I was too busy playing Battlefield 1 until I noticed that Battlefield 2042 got criticized for being poorly designed. At first, I thought it was because the game didn't meet certain expectations at all until I decided to look it up for myself. The players weren't totally wrong because I looked a lot of evidence from YouTube videos and articles too. The rumors were true. I'm not the type of person who looks at the news a lot, but at least I know for now. Alright, let's put Battlefield 2042 to the side now. Let's just get straight to the point of what I think DICE should or should not add in the upcoming Battlefield 6. First, let's start off what I think they should add. First, they should add a mix of Battlefield mechanics. If we take a look at Battlefield 1, it had the best atmosphere, not to mention how it's so corrected about what wars really looked like in reality. Battlefield 5 did not look great in terms of atmosphere, but it did have the best fluid movements. For example, Battlefield 5 allows you to prone at any direction instead of only being fixed to one direction in BF1. Another example is that catching the fall animation is also good in Battlefield 5 because it's also realistic. It would have been nice if one game had combined Battlefield mechanics. Second, they should consider adding campaigns. Battlefield 2042 did not have a single campaign after its release, which left me disappointed because even if the multiplayer was poorly released and full of unreleased content, a campaign would have convinced me enough to say that the game was a little bit good than worse. We need as many campaigns in Battlefield 6 as humanly possible because I can't be bothered seeing Battlefield 6 turn into a multiplayer only game. Take a look at Call of Duty games. They had campaigns while maintaining a competitive gameplay. So in my opinion, we need to be able to play offline mode in Battlefield 6 instead of being restricted to online. Third, adding gun skins customization if possible. If Battlefield 6 gets released, they should also consider adding more gun skins because I can't be bothered being restricted to limited skins just like BF1. It would have been awesome if I can decide how I want my gun to look like, although I'm fully aware that this could be a difficult task to implement on the upcoming game. They should at least add almost unlimited skins just in case the skin customization doesn't get added. Alright, let's get into the other point of what I don't want to see in Battlefield 6. First, the mechanic that I seriously hate the most is the sweet spot mechanic. I swear, if this mechanic gets added on the next Battlefield game and you all begin to like it, I'm going to Sorry, got a little carried away there. Anyways, enough jokes. Let's get into the point already. The sweet spot mechanic is the mechanic that I hate the most in any FPS games, like in BF1. If you're new and need an explanation, the sweet spot mechanic is a mechanic where if you stand at a specific distance, you'll be able to one-shot your opponent in the chest without needing to headshot, which rewards people for positioning rather than raw aim. I swear, this thing shouldn't be a thing. You can disagree with me all you want, but this mechanic is basically a skill issue. That is pure laziness. Like, it's literally pure laziness. Because listen, sniper rifles are meant to only one-shot players in the head, not at any body part by standing at a specific distance to get that 100% damage. It's called basic FPS principle. If they add this on the next Battlefield game, I'm not going to have fun and I might even go back to Battlefield 1. While I am fully aware that Battlefield 1 has this mechanic, it's my way of showing my hate or disappointment against DICE for adding such a feature. So I'm begging DICE to not add this. You can still disagree of what I'm saying. I'm not mad. I'm here to express my opinion and nothing else. I even made a video about why this mechanic should be removed. If you haven't watched it, I'll link it in the description below so you can watch it. I'll even make a final part 2 for it. Second, I don't want Battlefield 6 to become Call of Duty because that would simply just be another Call of Duty copycat but Battlefield version. Imagine you're engaging an enemy and then all of a sudden they start bunny hopping as they're shooting at you or melee at you and unfortunately die from the fight. Like seriously, I'm playing a Battlefield game. Adding Call of Duty mechanics just feels out of place. For example, crouch sliding is already enough to be fast-paced FPS game. Why do you want to make it worse by allowing players to shoot while mid-air? I also heard that the recoil control in Battlefield 2042 is too easy to control, unlike Battlefield 1 which takes literally months to master. The recoil wasn't even challenging enough to be fun like Battlefield 1. It's pointless to try again and make Battlefield 6 Call of Duty again with the low recoil. So I begged DICE to make the recoil control challenging and not easy like Battlefield 2042. Third, finally, the last suggestion I want to say for the Battlefield 6 is to stop making it almost like everything needs money to play the game. I don't know how to explain this. It's like making players pay money for skins or services thingy like Battlefield 2042. I don't have a lot to share about this, but I don't want to sell my kidneys just to buy the latest trend and be part of the cool kids on this community. So I seriously beg DICE not to add this, just what they did to Star Wars Battlefront 2, or at least try to decrease and not make everything require money. I want in-game currency like BF1 or tasks to receive specific skins. Anyways, that's all I have to share. If you want to share your thoughts about my opinions or your opinions about Battlefield 6, please let me know down in the comments below. I might learn a thing or two, but it's worth it. Make sure you like and subscribe to check my latest videos. Otherwise, feel free to scroll away and find new videos without consider subscribing. Have a good day, evening, or night, and I'll see you on the next video. Bye!
Ich kann dir helfen. Na, fest raus, auf! Hier, erste Hilfe. Ich versorge deine Wunden.